Hello friends, welcome to channel Reza Blade. I'm your friendly neighborhood Reza. If you're interested in nail stamping, nail art, new products, reviews, tutorials, and hopefully a lot of inspiration, that's what you'll find on my channel. If you enjoy this video, the best way to show it is to like it and comment about your favorite nail art, the product, plate I showed you, or anything else you might like to tell me. Of course, it also helps a heap if you subscribe. That's also the best way to be notified about my new videos and my lives. You just want to make sure that the notification bell is filled in completely. So today, you might see this plate here in front of us and think wisely that that's what we'll be discussing today. Yes, you're right, it is. We're going to look at a few different ways to use what's called a buffet style stamping plate. So this particular plate is Doodles Collection 05, and this of course is from MoYou London. It was in the March My Manny box that I just did an unboxing for the other day. The video link is in the description box below to see that unboxing, and then I will be releasing a tutorial in the next couple of days that will have a giveaway in it. And I don't know, here we go. And the tutorial is going to be about these carousel images. I could pop an image here if you want to see what that's going to look like. If you want to check out that tutorial and that giveaway. So there's going to be a secret question in that video that will allow you to enter the giveaway in the comments, and then the very end of April is when I will be releasing the giveaway, drawing winner. So the reason that we're doing this particular video today is because my friend Esther, a subscriber, commented on my unboxing, and I had mentioned that I was going to do a tutorial, and she's like, hey, I always wanted to know about buffet plates. And I was like, oh gosh, that's not actually what I'm doing my tutorial about. So here we go, new video. So anyway, let's get on with this, shall we? Try to get this show on the road. So the very first thing, I just wanted to show you some non-boring ways to use the buffet plates, because I do hear people from time to time be like, this is kind of weird, kind of boring, I don't know what to do with it, there's not too much of one image, my nails are too long for this to look good, etc., etc., etc. So first thing I did was a smush. That gives us a lot of variety of what's going to be under here. And normally I'm used to my buffet plates having a little less negative space. There's a lot of negative space on this, those deeply embossed areas, those deeply engraved areas. So to tell you what I'm talking about with what I'm used to for buffet plates, I have a few sample buffet plates here. So Fashionista 11, Scholar 07, these are MoYou London plates. This part isn't buffet, but this part certainly is. This is a map. I did do a really fun mani with this. Here's an Art Nouveau plate, definitely a buffet plate. Because none of these women are going to fit on one nail, right? So buffet plate is where those kind of beautiful large images aren't really what you're going to get on the nail. You're going to be able to grab little accents like this, or you're going to be able to grab that bird, etc., etc. Here's a menu one from Born Pretty from way back when. Probably got these about 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know if they're available anymore. This one is by a brand called Heronauta. Anyway, so there are individual images you can grab, but a lot of this is all together. So I thought this counted. Demonstration over. So this particular one I did, I used the colors from the mani that I'm going to be doing for the carousel underneath, way underneath. You're not really seeing them. And then I stamped over it in gold because I thought gold would complement it, and it did not show up at all. So we have another overstamp of this flower image in coral, like a big neon coral. So we're going to look for this image here. I'm just going to grab it, and we're going to sample, experiment on my little tile here so that we don't, take too terribly long. Alrighty, I'm back with Arctic Cloudberry from Hit the Bottle. And again, I'm going right up here to grab that image. Sometimes, and I'll cover this in a couple minutes, sometimes you can, if you want, you can just fill in that image with some reverse stamping, but I'm doing This particular nail demo is where you don't do that. You're just going to stamp the flower on or any image that grabs your attention. And there is that one. I kind of like the way that looks. It may not be too attention drawing to the actual flower, but the overall look is very fun. So I like that. I'm gonna write that up as a success in my little mental checkbox for today. Don't forget to do that when you're creating. Even if you get frustrated or something, you're gonna have small successes throughout the day, even if you have to redo that mani. So what are we doing next? Well, I have written down that we sometimes want to maybe play with some dry brushing beneath the stamping. And this was drowsy Reza dry brushing. I don't know about any of that. But let's see what I did with this one. So this is some dry brushing that actually I really prefer the nail before I did the stamping. But here's some dry brushing, and then I used, what did I do? Oh, here it is. I went here through here. So that's what I'm going to do now. And we're going to do it in the same color. It's called Bee and Ocean. Beautometry does carry the Bee Loves Plate stamping polishes now, and I am such a fan. All right, so we're grabbing this. And again, this one is one of those easy ones where you just stamp, and it's already visually interesting because you've already got so many of those colors. And I managed to pick up a hair, which is funny and fun. So maybe not my favorite one I've ever done, but you get the idea, right? So you do a contrasting color or a complementary color across the wheel. Hey everybody, Future Reza popping in here because I was so dissatisfied with that stamp that I showed you just a second ago. I wanted to tell you that I redid it on actual nail swatches this time. And look at how much cooler it looks when it's not on the tile. So sometimes the tile isn't the best, and I'll have to remember that for the future, but just know this is what it looks like over the dry brushing. It really is a great look. Bye. Anyway, so number 3, what was I going to talk about? Number 3 is a solid background with some sort of reverse stamping that you're doing. Let me show you. I did 2 different samples of this one. The first one I did is on the right. I had wanted a deeper blue, but I didn't get it. And then the second one I did is on the left. I like that one a little better. Started off with the white background, and then I used a silver stamping polish. So let's get to it. I have a different color down here, but I'm still going to use that silver. Except I'm going to use a more traditional, deeper silver, because yesterday I was using the video that failed. I was using Emily DeMolly silver chrome. And I'm not going to use that today. So, anyway, let's start that off. And I was grabbing these lacy images here. So, let's do this, shall we? Okay. From here all the way down. And you want to be very decisive and precise about what you're, what do you want to color in, right? So I'm going to grab the, I always put some Wet n Wild clear nail protector down when I'm going to reverse stamp so that I don't pull anything up with my strokes. That is a hazard. I can't find my, here it is, clear nail protector. And then we'll move on to the next one while we wait for this to dry. One thing is important, not when you're dealing with huge thick images like this, but when you're putting on the clear nail protector, you don't want to overlap your strokes at all, because then you can mess up some fine lines that are on your stamper. All right, so I've got this one. We're waiting on that. And then this one right here is going to be another reverse stamp. We are going to do a French tip, and we're going to use this part right here, okay? So now first, let me show you what I did. So you know it does fit if you're not dealing with a giant square like this one. All right, so let's grab that silver again. Where did I put it? I put it over here. Almost like I knew I was going to need it again in a minute. So we're going to grab that silver and swipe. All right, so I don't really need all this other stuff. It's kind of a distraction. So I'm going to take it off to here and maybe make it work, as they say. That was Tim from, oh my goodness, Project Runway. I miss Project Runway so badly. Like this video if you enjoyed Project Runway. All right, so I did the thing. I'm getting over here, and probably we're okay. It's time to color in this part. I'm just going to use this stamping polish that I was using earlier. So one thing I do that is maybe different from some other people is I don't put my polishes down on a palette when I'm reverse stamping. So I just don't like losing any of my polish to drying on the thingy, on the palette. I can be less careful than I'm being. The reason I'm not using the actual wand itself to color it in is that sometimes you get those really dangerous little drips that will drip off the wand onto your stamper, exactly where you don't want any blue. I've had that happen more than once. I think this is a good place to color in. It's drying, you can tell, because I start to separate the polish instead of apply it. Really like this color. There's just sort of a luminescence to it. Anyway, stamping polish Bee and Ocean by Bee Loves Plates. And there's some really cool plates that Bee Loves Plates has. I've got my brush cleaned off. I'm going to look at this from the top. I love clear nail stampers. Give me a holler if you were a stamper before they had everything clear. It was so awful. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to get started on this one too. We need black. I'm just going to use I don't want to waste my best stamping polish, but I'm just going to use it because we are short on time. I want this to be a shorter video, and we're already running over 10 minutes, so let's see. Get some more black. And I do have an intermittent tremor, as many of you already know, so I always support my painting fingers with my pinky. I'm gonna go ahead and extend this line up here just in case I need the room. There we go. I don't know if I needed to be that precise with that particular image, but it's always better to be wrong about how careful you needed to be if you were more careful rather than less careful. All right. Always clean your brushes as you go. That way you don't accidentally leave any to be crispy afterward. Speaking of crispy, I did wash this off in acetone, but I'm you know, doing a rinse off in water, but so that I don't let it sit there with acetone all over it, sort of slowly eating away at my poor brush, my poor defenseless brush. All right, so gradient stamping polish on plain nail. I think I intended to use this one. And, oh, I'm going to put a top coat on this just to get a really good, because I think this is going to be a full nail reverse stamp, and I always like those to be pretty sturdy so I can move them around if I need to. All right, putting that aside, and now I'm going to show you the gradient. We have Hit the Bottle Polishes, Iced Mojito 2.0, Unknown, but something it like. Acetone is not my friend. Paint the Town Violet. Violet. I'm turning violet. Violet. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory for the win. I cannot read the word violet while we're going to do the arch. I don't know if you've seen the arch. I live in St. Louis City, about, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles from the arch. So, but I haven't gone to see it in many years. That's probably the way things are with a lot of people who live near their city's landmarks. All right, so we're doing the light one on the top and the dark one on the bottom. And the key to making a gradient really work with a stamping plate is multiple swipes with your scraper. So, but also effective so you don't have to swipe too much. Okay, so I did 3. Let's get that up and get that down. You get up, I get down. Up, I get down. And we have a great nail. If that were a nail, that would be so beautiful. That makes me happy. Something about, I mean, that's why I've been doing this for like 6 years, right? It's just something about when you make pretty things and you know you can do it again and you can do it on command and it's not a fluke. You can really make pretty things. It just fills my heart with joy to think that it's me or it's you or any of us can enhance our lives by creating art that we look at every single day on our fingers, and or other people we love's fingers, and it makes me so happy. All right, what I didn't do for this one is, and I need this one more heavy, even more than the other one. I needed to be 3 coats. I mean 3 coats, I'm including the stamped layer. Okay, so we've got these ready to go. This is very likely dry, so we're going to come back up here and notice on this one I did this guy and then I did a little triangle of this, but it ended up being a little bit tall because there was so much glitter in there, so I'm not going to repeat that. I'm just going to use some sticky base coat. I keep picking up hair from, I don't know where it's from. These are not my hairs. These are the hairs of Gozer, my cat, who sometimes plays a role in my videos. He can be really loud when he wants to, and he has the most adorable mew. I said mew. Meow. Gozer, do you want to say hi to my friends? It would be fun. All right, we just need a couple of seconds here. And this technique will work with, like, let's say any of the other, I'm just gonna grab one at random. Like, I grabbed one. That's not really what I want to do. Okay, so let's do this and then I can talk. I get distracted sometimes. See? And that color is really not showing up behind there. So you know, and sometimes with these full nail stamps like this, you can just stamp, and then after you do your accent color, do your nail color to cover everything in. And the stamp is like your little, you know, what do they call those? Color strips, nail color strips or something. You could make it work like that. All right, so I'm going to give you an example of this one. Okay, so let me take this little shape here. I can color him in, or if I'm dealing with a bunch of like an image all together like this, let's say I just color in this little triangle and these sideways chevrons, and that would be pretty cool. Or if I just did the circle, you know, these sorts of just specific areas where you put it in can be fun. All right, let's get to it, shall we? This French tip, gonna work in a really interesting way here with sample number 4. We're gonna go with the sticky base coat, but we're hanging off the edge of the color strip. So I'm only putting the sticky base coat here. And then I'm gonna get this this last one going so I can show you what I'm about to do. So what was your favorite from the nails I've created? I really want to know. Let me know in the comments which of these techniques you might be more likely to use. Please, again, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to help my little channel grow and join our happy little family here. And then click the bell to be notified about my next videos. And again, if you're watching this at the end of April, okay, I made a boo-boo. I really shouldn't have left this part on, but I am going to do this. So this would be in one of these nails so that it would fit there. That would fit. If you were working with one of my short coffin tips, this would fit. So, but I do like, you know, just make sure that whatever you don't want hangs off the edge. And sometimes if you misapply, you can just use the heat of your, just be so careful. You just use the heat of your finger to kind of pull it down to meet the edge. There you go, see? But you got to be real careful with that kind of stuff. And it is much safer if you use like that 3-coat thing than if you were using like 1 coat or 2. All right, so what am I doing for number 5, you might ask? Next video is going to be that carousel tutorial, and I probably already put the teaser picture in the video for you, so hopefully you'll come around and keep an eye out for that to enter my giveaway. I love giveaways. I've got, I think I've got a giveaway coming up every couple of weeks, and they are subscriber only. Also, I can only ship to the US because it's just so expensive now. So what am I going to do with this one? Well, I'm pointing to the teal, and it's not really helping out, is it? All right, so I'm going to grab a white if I have one over here. Well, here's a gold white from Be Loves Plates. This one's called Be a Snowman. This might be my favorite nail stamping polish of all time. And so what I'm grabbing is just this area here. So the last technique is to try to just pick up what you want to use and only use that. And I imagine that a bunch of you are going to be wanting to do that. All right, so we've got our little pattern. So I'm going to grab my tape, and this is important. When you think you might accidentally bring something up by accident, you want to just sort of press down with your nail and break the image before you pull up the tape. So break that image up into pieces and pull that tape off. We'll be done once we're over here. I'm liking this shape that's sort of arising. So we're going to look and see. There, I've only got what I want, you see? So now, I'm not going to bother putting on any kind of coats. There's just this tiny thing I want to get taken care of. Hold on, I need to be able to see. Sometimes you'll have to change the background of your stamper if you want to peel off bits that you, whoops, okay, whatever. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put sticky base coat on, but I'm also going to make that little eye part purple. Very important that I don't touch the actual stamp on the stamper. This part, very important that I don't touch that with my actual brush. So I'm going to be very, very careful with that. I hope you've all enjoyed this video. I still have that Alice in Wonderland thing that I'm working on. I just, I had a stroke scare this past weekend. I'm fine. I'm fine. I just, half of my entire head is numb and no reason why. They think it might be a pinched nerve or something. And you know, my mom did just get out of the hospital. So I'm trying to give myself grace with getting things done, but you know how it works. But thank you so much again for joining me today. Yes, I did. Excellent. All right. So here we go. Whoops, I almost didn't let you in on the show. And there's that final way to use whatever. You know, I could fix this if I wanted with extra stuff. I don't want to. I want to go away and I want the video to be over. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you did. Bye-bye. Ta-ta for now.